Tonight on Wolf Tracks, break out the sunscreen and water wings because for the first time ever, Wolf Tracks is going underwater. We'll bring you the scoop on a recent junior high science competition at the SK pool. You've heard about football games, but have you heard the SK band just won $10,000? We've got exclusive footage of the SK band's recent victory in a local radio station's Battle of the Bands competition. Find out how good they really are tonight. Every student needs a little help with school once in a while, right? That's why SK Tutors are here to help. Why are they sitting all alone? Find out why as we take a look at the new peer mentoring program at South. All of this and more on Wolf Tracks. Hello, I'm Kinsey Hunter, and welcome to the first edition of Wolf Tracks of the 2011-2012 school year. We've got some really great stories from around South Kitsap High School and the rest of the community coming up in just a second. But first, meet the future of Wolf Tracks. Tired of waiting for updates from your TV? Want to know more about SK through your smartphone or computer? Wolf Tracks is now online and ready for you to watch. All you have to do is go to our district webpage. That's skitsap.wednet.edu. From there, click on the link above the TV icon, and you're instantly connected to our latest news and events. Who knows, you may even see yourself in a video. Click, watch, and share with friends via email, Facebook, you name it. Wolf Tracks is on demand and up to date with the latest happenings around South Kitsap. Pretty cool technology, right? Be sure to check it out. Students from local junior highs are playing around with some cool technology themselves. Don't believe me? Matt Esteron and Sergio Lamelli Flores have the scoop on exploring tech curriculum.
The Submarine Design Competition. The junior high students of Cedar and Sedgwick came to the high school December 13th to test and show off their tech skills.
Boy, it took us probably since October 31st till now, so.
It took us a little while to do this because we kept running into troubles, you know. Our wires kept getting tangled up and we kind of fell behind.
Basically what we're doing here today at South Kitsap's pool is we made ROVs in Mr. Lewis's Exploring Tech class, and we came down here to test the buoyancy and see how our submarines, we call them, float. We're picking up things from underwater and driving them through like little obstacle courses under the water.
The students can use this information they learned here today for later purposes.
This benefits my future because I want to become an automotive engineer, and building motors is what automotive engineers do.
They can say that they've done something, they've built something, they've had this experience. Like I said, many students have never used tools before, and so working with their hands and actually building something is a great thing to talk to employers about and to say that they have done and participated. So we offer a high school class as well. So it's getting kids excited about school and about what they're doing. And so hopefully once they get into the real world, they have some experience.
Come back in spring as the high school competes against other high schools when creating their own subs.
Thanks, Matt, and special thanks to Sergio for getting us that neat underwater footage. Well, with the severe winter weather we've been having lately, it seems like we just can't leave the Christmas season behind us. Our reporters Mike Brothers and Marcos Segreiro did a special report on a local Christmas tree stand that is keeping one SK student's legacy in our minds. If you haven't heard the inspiring story of Etta Turner, or if you just need to find a tree stand for next year, take a look at this next story.
Former South Kitsap student Etta Turner was a revolutionary who inspired greatness and positivity within those all around her. Etta's charitable work led her to become a Rotary International Exchange student at 16 years old in Bolivia. Sadly, in 2002, Etta Turner's life was cut short as her bus driver fell asleep, and unfortunately the bus fell off a cliff. But as a result of Etta's continuing legacy, friends and family of Etta have created Etta Projects, a non-profit organization whose mission is to help countries such as Bolivia become free of hunger, poverty, illiteracy, and inequality.
Initially, we started up a Commodore, which fed hungry children in Bolivia and also educated their mothers in terms of nutrition and hygiene and self-esteem. And we also taught them skills. so that they could help to support their own families. For example, we taught them sewing, and so now these women are supporting themselves and their families with some of their products.
Yearly, Etta Projects conducts a Christmas tree farm to increase awareness and bring hope to impoverished families in Bolivia. But unlike all other tree farms, the proceeds for each Etta Projects tree go towards supporting the impoverished of Bolivia. And as if that wasn't enough, goods made from Bolivia, such as keychains, wallets, guitar cases, bracelets, and more, are also sold to further support the fund, making the Etta Projects tree farm a destination of true value.
I think it's a wonderful tradition to start with your family to come out here because it's a wonderful project to support. So you're not only getting your Christmas tree, which you would have gotten anyway, but it's a wonderful opportunity to support some big project that's really making a difference in people's life. And it's beautiful to come out here. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a destination, so it should be everybody's family tradition.
We're glad we came. And this is Ella, and the reason she wanted to come is to get a cookie.
Etta Projects embodies the lasting impact of Etta Turner, bringing attainable, sustainable results to those who need it the most.
I can imagine Etta saying, looking around saying, "So is this all you've done in this amount of time? Really? Couldn't you have done more?"
Let your Christmas tree this year and in years to come symbolize more than just a family tradition. Let it symbolize a better life for others. Learn more about the Etta Projects organization and events like their Christmas tree farm through ettaprojects.org. Enrich the lives of others, sustain a legacy, and discover Etta Projects now.
Etta Project has all kinds of fundraising events and activities throughout the year, so be sure to check them out when you're done watching Wolf Tracks Online, of course. Winter sports are well underway here at South Kitsap, and for every team, the SK cheer team is there as their biggest fans. But what about their time in the sun? Well, I took a camera to our latest cheer competition. You may have seen them at football games, basketball games, or wrestling matches, but where you haven't seen them is the competition floor. Who are they? The SKHS cheerleaders, of course. As many of you may not know, cheerleading is just as competitive as any other sport out there. This is SK Cheer's second year of being a competitive cheer team. On December 10, 2011, the cheerleaders competed in their first competition of the 2011-2012 school year. They did extremely well, placing third and qualifying for the state championships. But it wasn't easy getting there. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and some Saturdays, these girls and boys spend hours preparing for their competition.
We are always at the school practicing, like every day of the week we're here. We basically live here. It's like the girls on Glee. We never take off the uniform, but it's worth it because it makes us better in competition.
There are many elements of a cheer routine. Each team is judged based on their jumps, stunts, dance skills, cheering, and technique.
To be a competitive cheerleader, you really have to have motivation and you have to work hard every day, and most people underestimate what it really is to be a cheerleader, and they think it's really easy, but once you see us out on the floor, you can definitely see that we work so hard.
With all the hard work, time, and determination that the SK cheer team puts into perfecting their overall score, you may wonder why they like it so much.
My favorite part about competition is going out there and seeing all the other teams and watching them and knowing that we're going to win and we're confident and we're going to come out on top.
My favorite part about competition is when we perform.
My favorite part about competition is flying, and when everything hits, it's just really fun and I like it.
I like to win.
There you have it. The SK cheerleaders dominate the competition floor. If you would like to see them in action, head down to the Comcast Arena in Everest on February 4th, where they will be competing in the state championships. Nice job, ladies. You can see more of the Wolves cheer squad in action during many postseason playoff games. And speaking of competitions, the video production program bringing you these stories is hard at work getting ready for a competition of their own. Last year, our program took home 5 student awards for excellence in the high school Emmy competition. South Kitsap went head-to-head with other high schools all over Washington State, Oregon, and Idaho. While we keep working on the next batch of award winners, why don't you take a look at the star-studded festivities from last spring?
Saturday was a star-studded evening for the students of South Kitsap High School's video production program. Earlier this year, SK was nominated for 11 Northwest Student Emmy Awards for excellence in journalism and television production. We'll tell you how much hardware they took home in just a second, but oh wait, there's King 5's Alan Schaffler. And there's Como 4's Eric Johnson. He's actually a lot shorter in person, but it was a great chance for some of our students to get professional advice on pursuing media careers after high school.
Yeah, I got shoved by Steve Poole, so that was a new experience.
Feel a little more famous now?
Yeah.
And on to the awards. This year's nominees were seniors Jacob Bilderback, Kelly Wall, Kelvin Waterman, Mandy Murphy, Rihanna Rouse, and Easton Sarter. Overall, SK took home 5 Student Emmy Awards and hopes to raise that number again next year. And even though the media professionals had nice things to say about our work, our students had one person to thank in particular, our instructor, Mr. Downham.
What do you have to say to Mr. Downham?
Don't ever, under any circumstance, shave that mustache.
What would you say to Mr. Downham?
Thank you so much. Your program is awesome. You're the best teacher.
Just keep doing what you're doing. And thank you for everything that you've taught me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And I really appreciate your rubbing off of knowledge on me, and couldn't appreciate it more.
Can you really watch Wolf Tracks online? Is it a bad idea to fall asleep in class?
Welcome back. I'm Kinsey Hunter. If you live in the South Kitsap area, chances are you've seen the high school band in the news recently. But we guarantee that you haven't seen the look on their director Gary Grumm's face when his band recently won $10,000. Our reporters Cameron Burke and Jessica J. Townsend were there with the cameras rolling. Take a look.
The South Kitsap High School Marching Band has always been a hardworking and talented group of musicians. But as of December 16, 2011, all their hard work paid off, literally, when they won $10,000 in the KZOK Battle of the Bands competition. For years, the SK Band has participated in this competition, and after some close losses, they finally knew something was different this year when the entire band was dismissed from class and asked to meet in their practice room. It was here that they received news of their great victory.
Hey, Danny, Sarah, Lee Callahan here at the winning high school of the Rock Wood Fired Pizza Schools of the Rock Battle of the Bands competition. 28 local high schools competed to be the best high school by playing a rock song. Judges got together, and here we are in the band room of the grand prize winner. Put it together for South Kitsap High School!
All were thrilled by the accomplishment, but for a band who's played in the Rose Bowl Parade just 2 years ago, played for the 70th anniversary of Pearl Harbor just 2 weeks ago, and even had a day officially dedicated to them by the Washington State Governor, victory is nothing new.
Just kind of proves that you can do a lot. We don't have a lot of money in this school, and it's not very popular, but you can do a lot, and it just takes a lot of effort. So.
Well, they definitely have some money now, but the real question is,
What are you going to do with the $10,000, Gary Grams?
Spend it.
Ha! Any particular instruments that need to be replaced?
All of them.
Okay, a school in need, right on. $10,000, not going to waste. Can we get a little taste of that song?
Congratulations to Gary Grams and his SK band. I'm sure the $10,000 prize will be put to educational use. Speaking of educational expenses, have you seen the cost of college education these days? Many students and families are scratching their heads when it comes to meeting those costs. For many families, financial help comes in the form of government aid. Luckily, South Kitsap's new career counselor and the rest of our staff are here to help. Our reporters Hannah Waterman and Lexi Smith were on hand for FAFSA night at South Kitsap. If you or someone you know is thinking about higher education, here's some free advice. Watch this.
Thinking about how you'll get money for college? Don't fear, you no longer have to sell your kidney or rob a bank. The FAFSA is here to help. It's as simple as signing up and watching a PowerPoint.
The number one thing I'd like students to learn from this presentation is that they can afford college. There are lots of ways to apply for scholarships, and there's federal funding, state funding, and school funding, so I'd like students to know that.
Most parents and students find that hard to believe, but they can now because of the FAFSA.
The FAFSA is the free application for federal student aid. So the first thing we want students to know is that the application is free. Okay, don't go to websites where they charge you to pay to file your FAFSA. It is free. The federal government makes it free. Just use the free one, okay? And the FAFSA has a special feature called the Forecaster, which we will be going through tonight. We'll ask some simple questions that students can answer and parents can answer and get an estimate of where federal government believes they can support them with gift aid or loans.
The FAFSA plan sounds great, but did the parents and students actually learn from this experience?
I learned that I need to sign up for my SAT ASAP.
Are you happy you came?
Very much so.
Everyone that attended the FAFSA presentation was pleased with the experience, but very few people took advantage of this opportunity.
If students miss this meeting tonight, they can come to the Career Center and we will help walk them through this whole process and give them some information for whatever they missed.
Free financial aid sounds pretty good to me, but that's not all our Career Center has been working on this year. Oftentimes, female students thinking about their future feel limited with their career options. They may never challenge that stigma that certain careers are for men and others for women. The Career Center has developed a number of career exploration field trips to challenge that stigma. Their first visit was the Tacoma Police Department to hear about some of the career options available to women. Ellen Gordon has the story.
On Friday the 16th, 8 young Lady Wolves traveled to the Tacoma Police Department. These young girls were part of the career exploration program that gave young females a chance to see women leaders in the community.
We're looking for people who have some experience, that have some real life experience, have made some mistakes and learned from them and can show that.
One of the policewomen gave the members of the field trip great life tips on being employed in the future.
I had an idea that, you have a work ethic. You got to get up in the morning, you got to show up, and just because you're scheduled for a break at 10 o'clock doesn't mean you're always going to get it, because sometimes you just have to work through it.
She gave us a lot of good tips on jobs and what we need to do to be able to get jobs in the career fields, and that we could carry over to other jobs, not just in the police force.
Well, when I want to hire, I want to work with somebody who wants to go out there and do the best and be the best.
To be a police officer, you have to go through important safety training. Throughout the training, you of course have to endure bomb safety. One of our girls was lucky enough to try on one of the bomb squad safety uniforms.
Seeing Vaz in the complete bomber suit and trying to waddle around like a turtle was hilarious.
Later in the day, while visiting the garage, the girls got to see all of the cool police gadgets, which were also fun to operate.
Well, when we were controlling the bomb squad robot, it was pretty fun. The only problem I had was the depth perception, because what happens is that you look through the camera, you don't look at the bomb squad robot. It was pretty fun. I was able to grab a water bottle.
At the end of the day, after learning a little bit about everything, the girls seemed to learn a lot from this valuable experience. They had a little fun too.
Knowing that we have policemen able to risk their lives for people like us and to protect us is a pretty amazing thing.
Wolf Tracks online, the coolest thing since sliced bread, and here's how to get there. First, go
go to the South Kitsap School District website. Then click the link above the TV icon. Click the link that says video.
Wolf Tracks, online. Go check it out.
Welcome back. I'm Kinsey Hunter. Our last story took you inside the Tacoma Police Department, a place where many officers get their start in the U.S. military. South Kitsap has a great program for introducing students to what a military career entails. Our NJROTC program has been marching to success for the past few years and have won several awards to prove it. Recently, our reporters Tanner Babcock and Melissa Beers headed to Oregon for a regional NJROTC competition with other high school programs from the Northwest. Let's see how they did.
On December 9th, 2011, the SK-NJROTC traveled to Oregon City to compete in the first of 5 Northwest Drill and Rifle meets. This is the first step in defending their title of regional champs for the 7th year in a row. 0800 in the morning, Color Guard takes their place on the drill deck. Being evaluated by 4 judges makes it one of the most distinguished teams of ROTC.
What it takes to be in the color guard team is precision, and everything has to be perfect. You have to hit your cut perfectly, you have to march perfectly.
The second team being unarmed, it's first the 2 drill teams, the second being armed. 17 cadets for each team competed in the inspection, regulation, and exhibition phases of the meet. It takes multiple things to compete on these 2 teams. Under the armed category of the drill meet, 3 cadets get a chance to compete in singles and duels. In singles and duels, the spotlight's on them when performing their 1 to 2 minute exhibition routine. In air rifle, cadets test their marksmanship shooting at 1-inch targets at 30 yards with compressed air rifles.
While I'm shooting, I either practice songs in my head or I think of nothing. To be on air rifle, it takes hard work and dedication.
At the end of the day, SK and JROTC fought a hard fight, walking away a bit defeated, but they keep their heads held high. They begin to prepare for their next drill meet.
Early in our show, we took you to the SK pool for submarines. We're back again, but this time with some much faster competitors, the SK men's swim and dive team. Our reporters Nick Linzau and Emma Straveldson hit the lanes to give you an update on their season.
It just wouldn't be winter without the boys' swim and dive team. Even though over half the team is new to the sport, they still remain a competitive team. Led by captains Damian Dorego and Michael Idle, the swimmers have gathered almost 20 personal league cuts and 3 different relays for both league and districts. Dorego has made 5 different cuts for districts, and all are less than a second away from state. At the other side of the pool, the divers, along with Coach Anderson, have been making a name for themselves.
I think we're doing great. I have 4 rookies, Austin Imlay, Jesse Grice, Matt Wittig, and Brandon Whitehead, and they are all improving quite rapidly, so it's kind of fun.
And as for state hopeful, Jesse Sutton.
Jesse Sutton's goal is to win state and break the school record.
Even though the boys are hard at work, they still manage to find time for fun.
Working hard, being good listeners, and doing a good job.
If you want to cheer on the boys to victory, here are the remaining home meets of 2012.
For more updates on the swim and dive team, check out the Athletics tab on the South Kitsap School District's website. While you're there, be sure to click on the link above the TV icon to find more viral video from South Kitsap students. Our last story today is about a new program at South Kitsap designed for students who need a little extra help academically. Where teachers may not always get through to students, maybe their peers can be of help. At least that's what the peer mentoring program taking place in our library is meant to accomplish. Stay tuned and find out more.
In a fast-moving world full of hectic schoolwork and challenging classes, it would make sense for a student to take every chance to get ahead. Yet more students seem to be content with falling behind, which creates a dilemma for the South Kitsap Tutor program.
The Tutor program is held in the library every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday and offers a large variety of services.
Well, right now there are a total of 12 kids that are coming in at various times. They're good students that feel strong in certain curriculum, and so what they're doing is they're coming in and they're available to help people that are struggling in those subject matters.
The program is offered by other students giving up their own time, which provides a unique benefit towards those utilizing the program.
When you learn from a different student, it's not like learning from a teacher. It's kind of like you get a different insight on it because it's someone else who's learning it at the same time you are, so they know the struggles you're going through.
With the ability to learn from your peers, it begs the question, why aren't people taking advantage of this opportunity? And the tutors and staff have undoubtedly taken notice.
We were approached to and asked to tutor in the library. They said that there was a huge need for tutoring, and a lot of students came to the administrators and said oh, we need a tutor, and parents had said that my kid needs a tutor, but we haven't really tutored anybody.
Yes, I see barely anyone every day that I come here. I'm here 2 times a week, and I've seen probably 2 people, so more people should come.
There's kind of an atmosphere. I see students in the library working that are stuck on a problem, and you can tell this because you keep going by them and they're on the same problem, but they're not willing to go ask for help. And I don't know what it is about using your resources, because this is a valuable resource. You go over, they help you with the problem, you get moving along again, and there's no real commitment to it.
Apathy and lack of publicity seem to be a factor in students' lack of attendance. When asked, staff tend to think it's just a lack of publicity.
Lack of publicity, because it seems like everyone I tell doesn't know that we're doing this.
I think lack of publicity, because the only publicity that it gets is really on this library website. It has the schedule of students that will be in the library and what subjects that they're tutoring.
Whether it is apathy or lack of publicity plaguing attendance, these students will remain waiting to help and encourage. Their commitment should be used to the fullest extent.
That looks like a valuable program, and now that you know about it, spread the word. That's going to do it for this edition of Wolf Tracks. We hope you enjoyed it, but don't despair. If you want more news from SK or want to see any of these stories again, you can find us online at the district webpage skitsap.wednet.edu. Just click the link above the TV icon and you can have Wolf Tracks online whenever you want. I've been Kinsey Hunter, and thanks for watching.